Hey everybody, I hope you're doing okay. Um, I just want to bring something to light. Where I think a lot of us that are focused over here, obviously, in regards to the information of the rape gang inquiry, human trafficking, uh, paedophilia, sexual abuse of a child. Um, a lot of us, like, we're so focused on the fact that, yeah, we got to get the predator, or we got to get the trafficker. And once we get those scumbags, then like the fight is over, the work's done. The police and the justice system can do their job, and they can do the sentencing, and then the price is paid and everything else. Well, in reality, just like in a rescue, the hard work only begins once they are rescued, because you're not just, and not even just from an aftercare perspective, which is absolutely true, by the way. 90% of the aftercare is the major fight for that child, so they can actually grow up and be who God designed and meant for their lives to be. But we've got to really understand the fight of the aftermath of their trauma, their experience. And you have to realize, guys, like, this can even lay dormant. This can lay dormant for years and years. And then as the child grows up, they start reliving the trauma through the actions that they portray in life. And some of those can be really, really bad, um, and self-destructive, because that's what trauma does. And I need to just reiterate the importance of, yes, the rescues are important, and that's the beginning of the fight. But the real fight, the long drawn out battle, is the recovery of the heart, the soul, right? The mind, and restoring these children back to one children, and then allowing to work with them and help cultivate them into a normal functioning adult, who they were really meant to be. And there is so many testimonies where these victims have, lashed out, so to speak. They become addicted to drugs, alcohol, anything else, and then literally they're robbing things and stealing things. And then people in society look down and go, "Oh, you're just a troubled person. You're a troublemaker. You're a scumbag," and everything else. But they don't see behind the actions. They don't see the trauma. And this is why I feel it's so important that we understand the longevity and the actions, the fruit of trauma, and how that can be under the soil of the heart of a person, and they can portray that they're okay, and then as they grow up, they start acting out. So many children attempt suicide because they just can't cope, and there isn't enough of this aftercare around the world, not just here in the UK, but around the world. It's such a need right now in this world. So yes, I'm talking about psychiatrists, specialists, soul healing, heart healing, a restoring process for every child and every victim of trafficking needs to be implemented, and it needs to be governmentally, right, backed, as much as the school system, and maybe it can even integrate, once this demonic agenda in our public school and private school sectors is addressed. It can literally work in tandem with the education. Now, as I said, a high proportion of these victims attempt suicide. They just want out, and you can't blame them. So I'm saying this to really put the emphasis of understanding people that us, we, like the people that maybe haven't experienced this, right, that haven't gone through this trauma. I'm asking for compassion in a nutshell. That's what I'm asking for. And then patience. So when you see, kids or children acting out in this violent, erratic behavior, or doing something that society frowns on, ask yourself, ask God, and if the circumstances permit, whether it's your own child, ask the child, what's going on. Like, communication is a big percentage source of finding out the problem and then solving it. But if no one talks, like a kid, because they're shamed, they're threatened, they're scared, right? The traffickers and the abusers, they operate in fear majority of the time. They start all romantic, with the Romeo tactic, and then it goes to having collateral damage on that child. Nude images or footage, and this is how they operate. So guys, like parents, speak to your kids. It's a difficult conversation, but man, is it worth it? Because would you rather have that conversation now and stop a potential, or make your child aware of what's going on, or would you just sweep it under the carpet, say nothing, and then years later you end up losing your child because they take their own life, or they do something which then forces them into the prison system? You see what I mean? Communication is vital. And for any kids that see this, any young adults, any women, any men that see this video, I want to tell you one thing. One, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. And there are adults, there's grown ass men and women in this world that do have compassion, they do have love, and they are safe. And we understand why it's so difficult for you to trust. Completely get it. But you must speak to someone. You must tell someone what's going on. Okay? And for every trafficker and every paedophile, we're coming for you. And whether you think that you can get away with it, or whether you think you're going to get a lenient prison sentence, I promise you one thing. You ain't going to get away with it with God. Because better a millstone be wrapped around your neck and you be thrown into the deepest parts of the ocean than you harm any of these little ones. If Jesus Christ literally turned to his disciples, and his disciples were stopping the children just coming to him to interact and talk, and said, don't get in the way, don't rebuke them, let them come to me. For the kingdom of heaven is full of such as these. And if you do not come to me or the Father like a little child, it ain't going to be good for you. So I'm telling you now, we are hunting you. We will find you. And one way or the other, you will pay the ultimate price. Right, for everybody else, I love you. God bless you. Keep vigilant. Talk to each other. Communicate with each other. Parents, get in your kids' lives. And for you that are children or kids of your parents, don't be fearful. You've done nothing wrong. Something was wrong done to you, but you've done nothing wrong. All right, guys. Love you. Take care.